back, everybody. Yeah, it's another video. We're back. Yes, folks, we're back. It's been officially a very long couple of weeks. Work has been terrible. It's the end of the year and I had to do a lot of reports, but nonetheless, we got a new figure. We have Transformers Legacy Armada Starscream, and he is in a absolutely, I don't know what to call it. It's just really a terrible looking box. There's no plastic cover. You know, people might really just steal the head, do something with the figure, mess it up. So I don't know what the route Hasbro took with the whole plastic. They're saying save the trees, you know, no plastic and stuff. But I'm not really buying it. So let's free Starscream out of there. Ooh, there you go. Let's get him out. There you go. We got some stuff. Stupid stuff. Throw that away. We don't need that. And let's get our cutter. Free Starscream out of there. Just an unboxing. So I guess this is the Star Saber that comes along with this figure. It's very cheap looking, and I'd rather go with this saber right here, the Minicons. We're going to use that a little later. And he has this other sword gimmick. This is technically the wing of Armada Starscream. If you watch the movie or the cartoons or the anime, you would know that that's actually this section. He can rip that out and use it as his weapon. So let's get this. What is, oh yeah, so look at that, there's still more of these things. Let's get that out of there. Are there any more? There you go, try to push that in. Ah, there you go. Oh, there's one here. Let's cut that loose. Alright. Huh. Very small. Let's get these little things out of the way. He feels small and absolutely light. So again, minus the gimmicks of this, you know, the old Armada one was really blocky and heavy. But one of the things that I really wanted from this figure was, let's take a look at that face sculpt. That face sculpt has got to be the best looking Armada Starscream face sculpt ever. It is just really awesome looking. Anime feel. Very anime feel. Love the maroon. It's like, is this red or maroon? I like the red. I like what they did here. This is a like metallic cobalt blue something. And it's really great because the one for, what do you call this, the old Starscream, the Armada Starscream, was just plain black, which was not really cool. There's no push action, meaning there's no gimmick for this, for the Minicon. I like what they also did here. This used to be rubbery with the old Armada Starscream. We're going to try to get that later. But overall, I think he's a really awesome figure. You can have it rotate like that, because you can fold the wings like over here, and that's another cool thing because you can kind of angle it in a way. So that's a cool thing. You have arm swivels. There won't be any wrist swivels right here. There is a thigh swivel, very cool with that, or like a waist swivel, I mean. And then you got thigh swivels. You have that ankle tilt going on, which is again a modern must for our newer modern day Transformers. And I believe you can, we'll talk about that, but you could put it like so and have the null ray cannons right here. That's a pretty cool thing. We're going to talk more about that a little later. But overall, I think it is a pretty cool figure right there. A lot of, you know, weight and size drawback, I guess, but he is a modern Transformer, and modern Transformers are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So let's give him his sword and his There you go. Star Saber, or Dark Saber as you would call it. And he looks fantastic with that pose right there. I like that. One thing that I don't really like is that they kind of remove the ports for the mini-cons, which was very present with this figure right here. So here's a size comparison between the deluxe version of the Armada Starscream, which was also pretty cool. I like this one. I like, you know, Starscream in general because he's a jet, and the influence of Macross and Robotech kind of carried over to me when I started watching Transformers. That kind of carried over. I mean, the other way around with the Macross and the whole Robotech. So I like, you know, jets, and this rendition of Starscream really is one of my favorites. So here is his mini-con. I forgot the name of this mini-con though. The cool thing was you had ports to connect mini-cons on the deluxe version of Starscream, the Armada Starscream. This is now not present on your Legacy Armada Starscream. This would have been really cool if we had any ports for this. I've yet to check and know if there would be ports, but I know that there used to be a port here where you could actually put that, and then if you put that, these things would flip out. And there would be also a section where you could actually put it here, and then this drops off. So the lack of that just really kind of is surprising. So there would have been an awesome option to put mini-cons on this guy. So another thing is, I think the sword now is a little too big for him, but it's not a prob. I mean, big swords on robots are always cool. So if we do it that way, oopsie, the Dark Saber really looks cool, but I guess it's a tad bigger now. There you go. There you have it. Just strike a pose, Starscream, strike a pose. There we go. Flimsy deluxe Starscream. Let's try to put them here, and of course let's bring the original one. If I can get this guy to stand. Come on. This is just really the problem with this guy, because this is hard to stand. You know, you could like make him stand. So we have, ta-da! There you go. This is the original Armada Starscream, and he's just really big. I mean, that's one of the cool things with older Transformers, is that older Transformers really had bigger, you know, blockier design, which was pretty cool. He has sound gimmicks, although I don't know if my sound gimmick on this guy works. There's just too much, you know, thing going on with the older Transformers, the older Armada Transformers. He's bigger, bulkier, chunkier, beefier. Drawback was this was made of rubbery plastic. So I had this for a while now. I had to look it up, you know, I had to find it in storage. And these things are rubbery. This one right here, and this one too. So because it's super hot here in the Philippines and super humid, when I placed it inside one of my storage boxes, it kind of melted and bent. So it's not like that. So that's the drawback. And if we take a look at the face, you take a look at that face. The face on this guy was really cool, and for that time, I really like it. It's one of my favorite. The character was also one of my favorite. Really good character development with the Armada Starscream. But it's a smirky face, right? And this one is a lot better. Look at that face, very serious, very awesome, very valiant. And you know, we all know that Starscream in that anime eventually had that you know, that transition, being villainous to a very chivalrous, good character. So that was pretty cool. I like that. I like that character development. Kind of like a Vegeta kind of character development. This one though, very smirky, traitorous looking Starscream. And he had that gimmick where he had to pull out this weapon right here, and of course give him that. But again, they kind of gave that away with this kind of add-on for this guy, and you know, went on the cheap route with the Starsaber. Would have been cool if we had minicons in this Legacy Evolution or this Legacy line. It would have been really nice to see more minicons. So there you go. Really awesome looking figure. I like it. I really like it. Again, I'm partially, I guess I'm being biased over here because I like Starscream and I like this rendition of Starscream, and you know, the face sculpt is just blowing me away. So we're gonna take a quick pause. Look at that. Just take a gander at that. I just can't stop saying that. I'll just take a look at this nice figure right here. You know, a lot of drawbacks here and there, but as I open it and I'm playing with it for the first time right now, I'm just really enjoying it, having a really fun time. Again, good job with that. So we're gonna take a pause, transform this, have these guys be in vehicle mode, and let's do another comparison. We'll be right back. Alrighty folks, we're back, and let's transform Armada Starscream, our Legacy Armada Starscream, into his jet mode. So the first thing we got to do is just really go old school, flip the heels. One thing that I really like doing is that, you know, flip the heels, and this is the new part. I just noticed that on the old Starscream, this section is pretty much hollow. So in the old Armada Starscream, this area is hollow. Now you can actually flip it out like that, and this would allow you to lock the legs in place. Another thing that you noticed in the older Armada Starscream is pretty much this whole area is just like that, and now you can actually fold it so it covers this area right here, which is pretty cool too. I like what they did with that. Now you can open that section, and from here it's pretty much the same as the old Starscream. So you have to just really push this section all the way down like so, and then just kind of just angle the head in a way where the brow or the forehead just reaches this section, and then you can do that. So you have kind of like a Valkyrie, like in its, you know, semi Batroid mode, very similar to Macross right there. And the next thing you want to do now is just really flip the toes like so, and then just rotate it enough that you can actually just bend it in a way where you can angle it, just really angle that, and then just have that there. So the toes would actually insert into this groove that you got right there, and same goes with this one. So just have to rotate and angle. Just bring this all the way in there, and now here's the ingenious part. This is like the locking mechanism, so you can bring those two pieces together and then just try to fit that, and this is now a whole sturdy area, and it becomes really flush. So that's a good, whoever designed that, whoever made that engineering work, is just really a good designer, and the whole engineering just played really well with that. The next thing you want to do is just really with the wings, but before that, just get the fist in, fold it like so, and then just kind of angle it like this. Just try to flip it out and angle it in a way that these sections would groove in to this. There you go. And now just bring this here, fold it like so, and as you fold it, there's a groove within the wing that would make it snap, and just make sure that that's aligned, and bada bing bada boom, you have your Armada Jet Starscream right there. Look at that. Really nice looking homage to the original one. We'll talk about the differences later, but I guess the instructions wanted this thing here. That is absolutely sad. Lame. That is actually lame. I don't like that. I'd rather remove this. That's just not cool. You know, why would you do that? And I guess you could also put it here. Huh? That's not cool either. And definitely this doesn't make sense. I mean, this would have been so cool if they had two of these and had like a wing extension. That would have been really cool. I would like that. There's no gimmick that would allow it to automatically snap like this, but you have the null ray cannons nonetheless in that position right there. You could put some effect parts right there too. But overall, I think the best mode would still be the robot mode. That's the most cool, right? The coolest mode that you can do with this. I mean, the jet mode is nice. It's cool. I like it. But it doesn't have that playability feel. Which let's talk about the comparison now. Here is the comparison with the deluxe Starscream. I know I transformed it wrong, but I just don't have the patience to actually find out where the arms would go. But I know I had that wrong, so don't be mad. Anyway, so here's the comparison between the two. Obviously, this one is a tad bigger, but it's not far off when it comes to size. It's almost deluxe as well. If you take a look at that, there you go. Brighter red, almost orange, almost maroon in color, which is really the color of Armada Starscream. So let's put him there, and let's bring the old school Armada Starscream. If you take a look at that, that is the original one, and has tons of playability. Like what I said, first off, big difference, no chrome or no cobalt color right there, kind of like the one that you're seeing right now, right here. So this is that color that I was talking about, cobalt blue. This is plain black, but the cool thing about this is that you can snap a minicon right there. Again, I forgot the name of this minicon. Put the answer down in the chat box below if you know the answer to that. But you have this gimmick. Hope it works. Nah, it's there you go. But so if you press this, it snaps and it falls down and it kind of releases the minicon, which is a cool thing. I mean, one of the things that I loved back in the day when we had Armada Transformers was a whole lot of playability. You know, the toys were about playability, about gimmicks. There you go. Has sound. You see the sound right there. But it's dead now. Another thing is that this section, you can't really just flip it there. Well, you can, but you're going to break it and you're going to mess up your toy. So what you could do is you could put the minicon, and then there you go. Isn't that cool? A little dusty, yellowish, but that's pretty much it. It's very playable. Like that there are wheels here. Lack of wheels on this. So there you go. There you have it. Very cool looking jets. And of course, I mean, if you want to really get the complete feels, like you can dismantle this and connect it to all the minicon ports that you have present on the Armada one. So that's one of the cool things. So many minicon ports. This one also had more minicon ports. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 minicon ports right there. And this one had 0 minicon ports. Really stylish, really beautiful looking design, yet very little playability factor. So we're going to take a final pause, come back, and transform these guys into the robot mode and have our final comparison and say on Legacy Armada Starscream. We'll be right back. Folks, we're back, and we have Starscream again in his robot mode. So we have our Legacy Voyager class Armada Starscream, and he is looking awesome than ever before. Again, you can actually transform him in robot mode and have this section I just realized that if you don't lock this section right here from the back and have it like this, you can actually flip it down like so and have it more reminiscent to his deluxe class counterpart right here. And that's pretty cool. Again, you can give him your Darksaber Minicon set if you have that, which I think looks great. Just really a little big, and the lack of ratchet and tight joints, it makes it droop and gives you that mid-level sword range. And of course, let's bring in our Armada Starscream. There we go. Try to make it more of a wide shot right there, and they look great together. They look fantastic together. Now, some of us might be asking, how does Legacy Starscream fare well? You know, how does he scale well with your Legacy or Kingdom Starscream right here? Very G1, and if you look at that, he's chunkier, bulkier in a way versus the G1 version. Definitely the G1 version has that sinister looking face. I mean, this face is just so cool. I mean, accurate, very Armada anime accurate. I like it. It's like they tore it off from a manga or like the comic book. I forgot that there was a comic book, right, for Armada, and it was who was that? Pat Lee, and I forgot the other guy, but you know, it's one of my favorite comic books. So there you go. And let's have, well, I have the other Starscream in his Tetra Jet mode right here. So we're gonna use Thundercracker as a size comparison for them, and they don't really have a very big difference when it comes to scale. So yeah, Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom, they're pretty much the same scale. I think they're going for that universal scale when it comes to Voyager class figures right there. So that is pretty nifty if you ask me. So let's take a gander at that again. Look at that awesome looking Starscreams, like Starscream in the Multiverse of Madness. And one of the things that I mentioned, you can put that Minicon over there. Anywho, final say, I would definitely say that I love the color, I love the articulation, awesome face sculpt. It's just really something that's straight out of the anime or comic book. Playability, not so much. Transformation, it's okay. But other than that, if you love Armada and you were, you know, a child of the, what do you call this, the Unicron trilogy, then this is for you. I mean, I love the G1 like and everybody else, but I was more hooked with the Armada, Energon, and Cybertron. That's why I love Transformers so much, and this is just a big nod to that, and I'm just really liking it. And it would really be more cool if they would come up with Thundercracker and Skywarp in this kind of version. I would be all down for that. I would definitely go for that. So just hoping and waiting for a possible repaint, because I love it. I love this design of the Starscream. Transformation wise, not a big fan. It's okay, nothing to write home about. The chunk and the feel is, you know, a little not there anymore, but of course it's understandable because the plastic and of course the design has changed, sacrificing bulk and heaviness for articulation and accuracy with the look of the character. So that is just really okay. So if you still have your Armada Starscream, don't let go of it, because that's one thing to always remember. You know, take a nod, take a homage, and you know, come up with a newer one, but not letting go of the old one is still something that I would recommend. And of course, you don't want to leave this little guy behind. That was a I guess, the first modern attempt to remake this figure, right? But other than that, we are now having this cool looking modern Starscream. So folks, if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button. Thank you for all of you who have been subscribing lately. We cannot have done this without you. Keep on hitting that bell notification, that subscribe button. You are awesome. Thank you so much. We have a lot of more things in the pipeline. We promised the Legacy Metroplex, but I still don't have any area to transform that thing and play around with all of the Titans, because that's the plan. We gotta go and get the Titans compared with Titan Metroplex. So we're gonna have that still in the pipeline. We got some newer stuff waiting. I'm waiting for some other stuff in the mail too. So hopefully the mailman pushes through with a lot of other Transformers that we're waiting, possibly from the Evolution line. So we're gonna wait for that, hopefully. But that's pretty much it for us. That's all the time that we have. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, till all are one, peace out, rock and roll.